fine good evening to everyone. Welcome to the day 20 of 21-day mindfulness session. Mindfulness, the journey to greatness, conducted by Institute Wellness Group and Reiki Center of Excellence for the Science of Happiness, IIT Kharagpur. As we all are waiting for the teacher Saamdu Chetri, so without any further delay, let us invite our teacher Saamdu Chetri to take up this session.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Soumya. And thank you, audience, that have kept yourself until today. I'm grateful to you. For now, let us just try to do a quick check-in of our body, mind, and heart. In the meantime, I'll put on the presentation. Okay? Please check 3 parts of your system: the body, mind, and heart. Try to, as you're checking your 3 parts of your form, please try to feel what is above your head, the empty space, on the right side of you, on the left side of you. Just feel these spaces. Okay? Behind you, beneath you. Just feel these spaces. In front of you, of course, if your eyes are open, you can see them. But if they are closed, you also can't see. So try to find the spaces that are around you and feel them. And just keep listening to your breathing in and breathing out as you feel the spaces around you. Feel nourished and rejuvenated. Okay, thank you, friends. Today is the 20th day of our practice. Tomorrow will be the last day and will be quite interesting tomorrow. But I invite you today, 29th of August, 2020, towards our closing. A very special welcome to all of you. And thank you for being with me for last 21 days. So again, as I promised you, I will remind you until today, this reminder. So as you get up in the morning, pull back yourself against the wall and try to send your gratitude to the universe, saying thank you for giving me 24 hours in front of me. Then you thank your parents for giving you birth and taking care of you and loving you. Then thank your friends and others who have made a difference in your life. Reflect yesterday, see what you did. Reflect today what you're going to do and what more or what better are you going to do today as opposed to yesterday. So you're competing with yourself, okay? And then try to take a resolve of the day, okay? Or an intention of the day. Then meditate for 6 minutes. Just listening to your breathing in and breathing out, okay? And after that, you rub your hands a little bit and slide down onto your bed, and then put your hands up, raise your head a little bit and start a cyclic kick as many times as you can, okay? So you need to stretch your body and start doing this because it's very important before you jump out of the bed. And when you jump out of the bed, you could also say, thank you, Mother Earth. Forgive me for stepping onto you. Thank you for really holding me and giving me this space to live on. Okay, something like this. Be very polite, be very grateful for everything, because when you're grateful on things, the interdependence suddenly opens up to you with abundance of everything. Abundance of love, abundance of joy, abundance of peace, abundance of happiness, abundance of everything. Okay, so then of course you do your mind, you go out to the bathroom maybe and look around for your self affirmations that you have pasted around. Remind yourself, do your 30 minutes of exercise, sweating exercise, have a bath, flow with the water. Really think about your movement with the water, that every cell is being nourished by the flowing water. So be with the water as long as you are taking your bath or your shower, whatever you're doing, to cleanse yourself, to clean up yourself. Then you sit for meditation, your mindfulness practice with your parents and with your siblings, with your elders. Then you might want to have a cup of tea, try to do a mindful drinking by nourishing the ideal of understanding that there is water that comes from the clouds as rain. There is this tea from the tea garden. There is this sugar from the sugar factories. Sugar, don't eat sugar, but something sweetener that comes from the farms. The jaggery, for example, and try to see if you are also drinking with little milk. The cows in the field. Try to see that in the tea. That seeing meaning you imagine them. Take a seed, roll it in your mouth, and swallow it. The nourishment that you'll get is much greater, much greater. If you just practice this. Then while you're on the breakfast table, again, like I said, be mindful about where the food comes from the planet Earth, the hard work of farmer, loving and hard work of the farmer, the nourishment of the sun, the earth's minerals, the rain, the wind, the shadow, the moon. Everybody has their gift to this food. Until it comes to your kitchen, somebody prepares it. So be grateful to everyone in this journey and nourish your ideals to have better health, serve the planet better, create a wholesome mind, and be grateful and be understanding, have love and understanding for what you're doing. Okay. After that, of course, you start your 8 hours of work. Now you're on holidays, try to find more time for reading and if writing to listening to music, uplifting music. Okay, reading inspirational books, very important. Then you follow your 8 hours of work. And if you don't do it now, then after your 8 hours is over, you should read your book or listen to music and read a book. Both must be done. Then is dinner time. You eat again dinner mindfully. Again, the same process like the breakfast. Then you sit down together with your family to meditate for the last time of the day. And then you do a sharing, a heart sharing, without any judgment or criticism or comment or nothing, just listening, and you just pour your heart to one another. Then you go into noble silence until you eat your breakfast the following morning. If you can practice this, if you have been practicing this, I know you would have gained much better consciousness within your own self. Okay. Then, of course, once you get onto the bed, do your body scanning. And remember, when you're on the bed, body scanning is start from anywhere, but don't leave any parts. So the best way to do is start from toe upwards. Wriggle your toe, feel it, feel your soul that has carried you. You have stood on it for so long since you were born. Say thank you to them. Ask them to relax and tell them that how grateful you are for the work that they have done. So give attributes to your parts of body. And then when you finish one attribute, then you say, my eyes are falling asleep. I'm feeling my eyes are more tired, I'm feeling deeper, I'm going deeper into sleep. Okay, so that way, again, go back to the other part, and that way, it will really help you many things to rejuvenate your body system, to relax completely. You'll have better sleep in the night, and as well, you'll also develop your concentration. Now, if you're in a habit of wearing dress when you go to sleep, then try to dress breathable clothes. Never dress nylon, terry cotton, and all those kind of things. Breathable clothes meaning cotton clothes, okay? Try to wear cotton clothes. All right, friends, let's continue our journey. So today's intention that we will build around is today and every day, I learn to be a good leader and lead others with love and compassion, okay? So this is the resolve, kind of resolve there that you're taking, or an intention of today. If you act like a leader, how will you do? With love and compassion. All right, so just a small part of it. The leadership is a big lesson that I do teach in happiness class, but a small part of it I'm just coming to you. So leading requires me to do, or you to do, the following things. To be more than manager. Okay, you should be doing more than managing. So what do you do more than managing? You need to vision for your organization, for your community, for your team, for your own self. So visioning becomes a very important criteria for a leader. Leader visions. Manager manages according to the rules and regulations that are laid down by the corporation. If your house has a rule and regulation and you tell your siblings, oh, don't do this, and you explain why, because it is based on our family rules and regulation. You're only being a manager. But if you vision to take that family from that practice, which you feel is not scientific, which you feel is incorrect, to a correct level, is where you're visioning. So a leader challenges. A manager says, does what is laid down. Okay, so he's not in the question of what do we do or why do you do? What do we do or why do we do? He's not in those. He's in we should do and we must do because this is what the rules and regulations tell us. Now, a leader would challenge what is existing so that there's a new thinking, new creative way, new processes to understand and to relate with. A leader motivates others to follow their passion, purpose, meet personal and company goals. So company here in the sense team goals, family goals. Okay, so a leader motivates others. He pushes them not against their will or against their capabilities, but he pushes them, he makes them to learn more, to realize more. If needed, he will even give them training. So he motivates them to work for their own betterment, to generate their own passion, and to come out with possibility of becoming a better human being within that concept, within that organization, so that he or she is a better human being, not only for himself or her family, but also to the community, to the organization, or to the team that she or he is involved. I was last year in Medellin, in Colombia. There is a company called Contento. In their Spanish term, it means happiness, I suppose. So Contento, what they do, this company does, it's a multiverse company with multiple businesses with it. So one of the business is that they have within the company is, of course, BPO, business processing offices they run. So what do they do with all the employees that come to them or they get chosen in? Is that first question they ask is, what is your vision? What is your dream? They ask them, what is your dream? Write it down. And you'll not believe, over a period of time, within not a very long period of time, within a certain period of time, The company finds them the way to get into fulfill their dreams. The company helps. So I was shocked to see that so many hundreds of people, their dreams were fulfilled by the company. And the company was still working on those dreams that were not fulfilled. Somebody wanted a flat. Can you believe that company helped them buy a flat? All this. Now, this is the work of good leadership, good organizational ethics. So, be a servant leader. So, what is a servant leader? A servant leader is like Sadhguru, like Siri Siri, like Dalai Lama. These are servant leaders. They are known in the world, but they don't hold a position like Bill Gates, like Donald Trump as the president of United States, or like Mr. Modi ji as the Prime Minister of India. They do not hold a position. Servant leaders serve. By serving, they become the leaders. So what they do, they support, they teach, they inspire their family, their community, their team, their country. So this is a servant leader. Okay. Now, such servant leaders, if they stood in the governance, I mean, not as a political person, but if they just raise their voice suddenly, maybe there will be thousands and millions of followers who will support them immediately, which a country's leader possibly cannot get so many, because this servant leader is not bound by the concept of me and myself, but goes beyond their own spaces and countries and communities. Lead with a democratic style, with a decision and responsibility. You see, there are many styles of governance. In fact, democratic is one. You have laissez-faire, you have authoritarian, you have autocratic, different systems of leadership, different systems. But here I just want to speak about one system, that is democratic system. Why I choose this is because if you are a democratic leader, you will give autonomy to the people. And autonomy is something that everyone loves, because everyone suffers when you don't have an autonomy. So a democratic leader delegates work. He gives responsibility to people. He gives powers to them. He gives autonomy to them. But this doesn't mean that he makes them responsible. He himself remains responsible. If they made a mistake, he is accountable for their mistake. He takes the responsibility. Okay, this is a democratic leader who gives you the freedom, responsibility, yet he takes the responsibility completely in the outcome. So it's good to be a democratic leader if you don't just let it go. Okay, it's your responsibility, you do it. If you don't do, you suffer. That is just a democratic. But I'm talking about a style where you give autonomy as well, and you become responsible yourself. That's why I want to say that democratic is not letting go, but taking everybody within the bounds of the vision and letting them work with you as visible in there. Okay. Concern people first and production next. What happens with the managers is that their idea is production. I have to produce so much. Is the need of the company. Or in fact, in some companies, probably you also have to, especially in businesses like insurance companies, or mainly in those kind of companies, you have to have within certain number of insurance holders that you have sold insurance to. Now, this is a tough job. Everybody doesn't want to buy insurance. I don't have insurance, and I'm never convinced to want to buy. I don't know why. So it takes quite an effort to really make people understand this. So, here the concern about people, how they're working, how hard they're struggling, why they're not able to get it. It's not their management's concern. Management's concern is how many did you make in the last 6 months? That will be your performance appraisal. Otherwise, you are no good. You might have to leave the company. So in the same way, in other companies too, you are rated, your performance, by the amount of production you give. Now, production is done through human beings, okay? If you don't take care of these human beings, if you don't consider them as human beings and take their wellness, care of their wellness, don't take care of their well-being, but just keep on pushing them, then of course they will get into stress. They will be unhappy, and the production will be less. The more you push, the lesser it comes, and the more angrier you become. You also suffer, and you let everybody suffer. So this is not the idea. You need to create, like the story of the golden goose, you need to really look after the goose so that the golden eggs are just natural process. So it is not the other way around. This is what a leader must do. Okay? Leader has to be compassionate and kind. One should avoid the rule of carrot and stick. You do so much, you get. You don't do so much, you lose. That's carrot and stick rule. So this is a bad kind of a leadership action that we take, where you're not motivating the staff to work. They might have, okay, I might have recruited Mr. X or Mrs. Y, and I found that they're not fit in that area. It's not the mistake of them. It's not my mistake also. It's the selection process, the mistake of selection. But definitely this person has capabilities elsewhere. Try to deduct that and ask the person to get into that and work there. So these are some of the very important areas we need to reflect, and this can be the job of a leader and not a manager. You need to be very communicative. Like yesterday, day before, we've been talking every day almost, saying that you need to have deep listening and loving speech. So communication and coordination or collaboration are two solid pillars of success. So you need to communicate. Communication is also that you not only listen, but you also speak. Speak the goals of your company, speak the goals of your family, speak the goals of your community, speak the goals of your team. What are the goals? Try to communicate these goals very correctly so that they can understand you completely, and their drive also naturally goes towards it. Now, often, if you don't align your goals with the goals of the company, then of course you can bring the product, but it may not be efficient because it's not aligned towards the goal of the company. So, and the second thing you need to do is become a walking kind of a manager. I wrote manager here, but leader. So what does that mean? In the organization, just don't sit on the chair and wait for somebody to come. Walk around, note at people, say, hi, everything all right? All going well? With a smile on your face. You lead much better. Maintain relationship among staff. Not only you maintaining relationship with them, but also try to organize in such a way, having cultural events in the organization, getting people mixed together, understand each other better, listen to one another better. This culture needs to be developed, a relationship among the staff, not competing, but collaborating, synergizing their effects, their possibilities, their strengths. Then the company will always win. Then you need to perceive the reality through feedbacks, because what you see may not be true. What others tell you may not be true, because someone might say, oh, Mr. XYZ did this. Maybe he doesn't like that person and came and said to you so. Now, if you believe and took an action, you might be totally wrong. You might be missing the whole concept of leadership. So you need to listen to the feedback, right feedback. And if there is a complaint of Mr. Y, then invite Mr. Y or Mrs. Y, whatever, whoever that person is, and talk to the person. Not saying that so and so told me, not doing that, but try to reflect in such a way that relate in such a way, communicate in such a way that what was actually the problem that the person completely relates to you. And it could be totally different, and that you can help them resolve. Feedbacks are something that we take it personal and as a criticism. This should never happen. You should have the guts, the power, the energy to listen to such talks, okay? Feedbacks. Even if you're abused on your face, give a smile, because out of it, you will become a greater leader. All right, friends, I don't know, I'm in a kind of a, two ways what kind of deep meditation I should do today. But let's see, let's start, and maybe it will come to me. We'll pick one of the two thoughts that I have. As you listen to the bell, please sit comfortably with your eyes drooped or closed, your back straight, chin slightly tucked in, without any stress on your neck, legs grounded if you're sitting on a chair, or knees touching the floor if you're sitting on a high cushion, tongue lightly touching the upper palate, lips closed, teeth not biting, shoulders relaxed, and please watch your breath in and out. Feel the energy entering from the center of your palms. If you have them open upwards, and continue listening to breathing in and breathing out. I have a calming effect, and I feel in peace as I continue breathing in and out. I take my in-breath deeper and out-breath slower. I continue to watch my deep and slow breaths in and out, and feel totally in joy. I know life rests on my breathing, so I'll remind myself to focus on my breathing as often as possible. And I take one more deep and slow breath in and out, feeling completely blissful, happy. I feel calm and relaxed, and take my awareness to my feet. I feel the suppleness of my soles. I wriggle my toes. Feel the ankles, calf muscles, and thighs, and ask the entire two legs to soften and relax, and thank them for carrying me to the places of need and love since I started to walk on them. I straighten my lower back gently and cautiously, and open my chest to the comfort of my shoulders, upper back, and relax my shoulders completely. I feel my hands resting on my lap and ask them to soften and relax. I thank them for enabling me to carry, touch, feel, receive, embrace, ride, give, and so on. I move my awareness to my neck and gently move it to find the right position for it. And I relax my neck. I now roll my tongue in my mouth and gently slide my jaws left to right with lips closed and feel the jaws relaxed. I take my thoughts and focus to my head and see if my mind is judging or distracted. I take a pause, recognize what it is doing, and I realize by asking the mind to be still, clear, and calm and peaceful. Now, I take my awareness to my heart and see what the heart is doing. I pause, recognize my agitation or negative emotions, feelings that is holding at this point in time. I become aware and realize it by just letting it go and arising love, joy, and peace that have no boundary and expectations, but are pure, humble, inclusive, and profound. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. In and out. Breathing in, I feel solid like the beautiful mountain. Breathing out, I feel free like a bird hovering over this beautiful mountain. So breathe in, solid. Breathe out, free. Breathing in, I feel pure. Breathing out, I feel glorious. Breathing in, I feel pure, like the morning dew on the petal of the lotus, integrated, fresh, shining because of the sun ray, glittering. And breathing out, I feel glorious like the lotus flower itself, swinging itself in the cool waters, bringing happiness and joy to everyone who is watching. So in pure, out glorious. Breathing in, I feel still like the lake up on the mountains, clear and deep, still. Breathing out, I see the lake, depth of the lake, clear. So in, still, out, clear, and fresh. Breathing in, I feel calm. Breathing out, I feel peaceful. I bring my body, mind, and speech in perfect oneness and imagine my loved ones. I send them my heart along wishing them acceptance, truth, love, joy, and peace. Through my thoughts, I wish the loved ones, may you be awakened from forgetfulness and transcend the path of worry, anxiety, and sorrow, or any unwholesome memories. May you be free from fear and danger. May you be free from any sufferings. May you be in joy and peace. May you be in abundance always. May you be loved and cared for forever. Up on the mountains of Alps, during a wintry time, when the Alps is completely covered with snow, the Swiss soldiers lost their way. It was already dark. If there was no possibility of waiting up there for the daylight to come so that they would know which way to go. As they looked around, the glittering white, all peaks looked the same. They were hopeless. They were totally drained of their energies. If they had to stay overnight, they would all be dead, frozen, because the temperature goes to -30 there. Suddenly, one of the soldiers, hunted in his little bag and said, "Oh, I have the map," and drew the map and said, "This is the way." And they walked through the mountains, snow, and finally, when the morning was just rising, they reached to the first house in the valley. They rescued themselves. When others asked this young boy to show the map, it was not a map, just a papyrus. And they found out that it was a long way that they had walked. If he had not thought this idea, they would all have been dead because they had already become hopeless. This is called a leader who visions things very quickly and takes you on a journey of success, safety, and happiness. Please bring back your awareness to your body. Take deep and slow breaths. Rub your hands. Put them on your eyes. Continue taking deep breaths and slow breaths. Massage your legs. Open your eyes halfway. Hold it there until you are ready. Once you are ready, you completely open your eyes and be back to the present moment. Okay, friends, Tashidele, which means may all the auspiciousness always be around and with you. May you be happy and well. May you be free from fear and any danger. May you bring happiness to the lives you touch. May you bring unconditional love to others and be loved and cared for. So let's sing the happiness song together. 3, 2, 1, go. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. And I'm not in a hurry. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Somewhere to go, something to do. But I'm not in a hurry. This is for the mind, my friends. Please sing this whenever you feel a little restless or a little distracted in your lives. Thank you so much and God bless you. If you have any questions, let's answer them.
Thank you, sir. We had a wonderful session this evening, and it's our pleasure to learn about leadership qualities. Thank you so much for the session, sir. And Sridipta Chatterjee says, I would really like to meet you after get back to the campus and like to talk about more related more related to the meditation session doing consistently, because I do face a problem related to the consistency of work. How do I continue my ever research work consistently and perfectly?
Is that a question?
Yes, sir. Um, he's asking how do I continue my every research work consistently and perfectly?
Why are you not able to, why we are not able to consistently, and there's no term called perfect, there's nothing perfect, okay? We have to be very mindful about this. People who go towards perfection actually become inhuman because there's no perfection as such. We only know 3 dimensions of our world, but there are probably 20 dimensions, which we are not aware of. And if you go to quantum physics, it does say that. So don't try to say perfect, but say your best. Given the fact that in such cases, you need to compare. So if you have a project work, you need to compare with the project work of somebody else of the past. That's where you create your standards. So there's no question called perfection. Don't try to bring that word in your mind even. Just say the best possible that you do. And then consistent is a question of habit. You have to inculcate habit. And to inculcate habit, you need to put in your diary, in your schedule, every day for how long, what you're going to do. This has to be there. And to help you with the concentration of doing it, mindfulness, the meditation practice that you're doing. And you're most welcome to come and discuss with me in my space here at home. No problem. You're most welcome. Thank you.
Yes, sir, he might got the answer. And here are few queries from the viewers. Here comes the first query from Lakshman, sir. He says, hello, sir. Is it better to go in deep meditation without a guide just by focusing on breath?
Perfectly okay. You don't need a guide to just listen to your breathing. The breath is yours. The mind is yours. You don't need a guide. Okay. The only challenge is that when you go into deep meditation, you either fall asleep or you go to such a space where you feel totally blissful. Nothing exists. That is probably the ultimate where you reach and you get nourished. Completely, you become totally a new human being. When you open your eyes, people, if they were sitting in front of you, they would be mesmerized to look what is happening to you because you totally glow that moment. Because there's nothing that affects you, your being, your life, because you become a part of the oneness. Okay? So it's all right. You don't need a guide. You don't need to sit in front of a guide to meditate, to go into deep relaxation, deep meditation. Okay? Thank you for asking this question.
Thank you, sir. And here comes another query from Avinash Tripathi. He says, thank you, sir. It helped me a lot. But still, I cannot remove negative feeling altogether.
Okay, friend, you see, negative feelings to some extent are good because there are negative feelings. That's why you become aware and then you try to remove them to become positive. So in that terms, negative feelings are not bad. But what will be bad would be not to recognize them. The moment such a negative feeling comes to you and you recognize, oh, that's negative, I should not, shift your place or mind, then it's okay. And over the time, just by this practice, it will slowly start to leave you. Negative things may come, but they will not bother you anymore. So it is a habit, a practice, which you need to be aware constantly, 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 and it will slowly wade away, vanish from you.
Yes, sir. And Neerajana Ghosh says, thank you so much, sir. And Priyanka Barman says, thank you very much, sir. And Sovik Mandal says, thank you, sir, for sharing this beautiful lesson on leadership. And Anvisa Banerjee says, thank you, sir. It was a wonderful 20 days. And as this journey nears its completion, I am left with mixed feelings. I am also reading the Future of Humanity book. It's a wonderful read. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Don't be confused. You know, people, confused. Don't be confused in the sense it's good to be confused. Because when you're confused, generally you're confused at a higher level. So it's good because your confusion will unfold many good things down the line. And that book, I tell you, is a wonderful book. Thank you for reading that book because that will open doors to many things that we have narrowed our whole concept of living. Thank you.
Sir Nirajana Ghosh is asking how to develop self-confidence or improve self-efficacy.
You see, it's a very specific thing to develop self-confidence. Generally, we are not confident because of something. We are not confident because as children, we might have faced that problem and we are no more sure if I did this, will I go right or wrong? Then you are in dilemma and you never try to approach to it because you fear it, that something might go wrong. So how do you develop this? Your confidence level can be developed by becoming, just by becoming, meaning what you fear most, do it. Even if you went wrong, no problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever. And then, of course, to be effective, to have that efficacy, you need to design your day-to-day life through your planning. Very important. Time management, very important. Allotting time for all those little things is very important. So getting confidence, the word is confidence, or what was the word that she used? Hello?
Sir?
What was the word she used? Efficacy and?
Yes, to develop self-confidence or
Hmm.
improve self-efficacy?
Yeah, all right, both of this. So confidence and efficacy are designed, are with us, with everybody of us. Why it is not arising is simply because we are fearing, we are not opening our hearts, our mind, our hands, our will to get into it. So three things you need to do: mind, heart, and hands. The three H, head, hands, and heart, you need to use, and a practice you need to do. So confidence, you see, like confidence also comes with motivation. So you need to put interest in it. So if you're not interested, you will not do it. You will not be motivated, and your confidence level will not be there. So for example, you're trying to ride a cycle, you fall, you're afraid now, you're no more confident. But if you are propelled by the interest, no, I want to do it and I will do it. Maybe I'll fall 10 more times, but I'm going to do it. Then you do it. As children, you become confident riding a cycle. I'm sure if you ride a cycle, which you do, I'm sure you've fallen many times when you started, but then you gain confidence. Now you can do it without it. It's exactly the same. Don't make it as your weak point of life. Be confident in whatever you do. Doesn't matter, it's even if it is wrong. It's all right. It's all right to be wrong. It's all right to fail. No problem. No problem. It's a part of the journey. Of course, if you do not learn out of this, then of course we suffer even more. But with every failure, every unsuccess, if we kind of understand and relate ourselves and regain our confidence, we will always be very effective in our lives. I don't
Yes,
know if I answered her.
yes, sir. She might got the good answer, and she is also asking, sir, uh, can you please suggest names of books I can read on Buddhism and spirituality?
Well, I can straight away give you name of one book called White Clouds, Old Path. You read that book, and through that book, you'll get connected with 100 other books. Okay, um, that's you can call it a Bible of Buddhism. That book, you learn the path of Buddha. And Buddha, by the way, Buddhists don't believe in God. So Buddha is a guru, a sage for the Buddhists, who gave a way, a path for learning to live our life rightly. And the principles of Buddhism are not many, very simple, very straightforward. And if you had to describe Buddhism in one word, is the study of the mind. When you're able to nurture your mind, free your mind, you become a Buddhist. Just by freeing your mind, you become a Buddhist. We don't control our mind. That's a wrong approach. Controlling mind means that you will limit your imagination, you limit everything because you're controlling everything. But when you free your mind, meaning that you observe everything, you become aware of everything, and you're letting go of everything, and you have more space in your mind to be more creative and to do more things. So freeing your mind is very essential.
Esther, she says, thank you, sir. Um, and Avinash Tripathi mentions, thank you, sir. And, and there is a query from Anirban Naskar. He asked, sir, suppose I'm doing some work and I'm deeply involved in that. However, I'm also getting late for dinner. In that case, can I break the discipline? Means I can delay dinner timing?
Delaying dinner timing, if there's no
Yes,
problem
sir.
for people who provide, it's okay to delay your dinner time. That is a delay of not hours together. For a little time, delaying is fine, no problem. But if the dinner, you're not going to get the dinner because you delayed, then of course you might have to break it because it's a question of your rejuvenation. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir. And he is also asking that, is there any minimum age requirement of meditation? Is
No,
okay if a kid do meditation?
there's no minimum requirement. The moment a child is 2 years old, you can begin from that age onwards to as old as you are. The older you get, the better it is because our brains become slower. They are challenged because we feel we are grown up. We feel we have learned everything, we know everything. But in reality, we are giving away many things that we do. Reading, writing, listening to music, doing something that is fruitful for the mind is left as you grow older. And the only power that you can keep your mind memory good intact is through meditation. But if you start early, then it becomes a habit for the old days, and your mind will always function well and good.
Yes, sir. He might got the answer. And here is a query from Lakshman. He says that, thank you, sir, for clearing my query. One day I have been doing meditation. I opened my eyes slowly. I saw someone standing in front of me. It was my hallucination or what? It just disappeared. What was that?
It can be anything. It can be a hallucination. It could be the truth, because you see, when like quantum physics, this lady is reading this book, The Future of the Humanity. Michio Kaku, the father of the string theory, talks about that when we can vibrate. Now, in his meditation, his vibration could have leveled of that person who is existing around that we don't see. So when he opened his eyes, the vibration was still there. I mean, the frequency was still there. And he saw that person, his frequency, he came back to his frequency and he lost that person. Okay, because we all live in frequencies, in the vibration of the frequencies. The higher the hers, the better it is for our well-being, for enlightenment. But there are people out there, like the quantum physics, they say that nothing dies. So what Michio Kaku was telling during an ET interview in Russia was that if we can vibrate in the frequency like the dinosaurs, we will see them right here and now, because they are not out of this planet, they are still living. So you might have an hallucination, or it is a reality because you were vibrating at the level of that person that you saw. Okay?
Yes, sir, he might got the answer. And here Anirban Naskar says, thank you very much, sir, for your response. And there is a query from Ritam Roy. Please tell me the method to stay cool and achieve cognition.
You see, what we're doing for last 20 days is exactly the same for this only, to develop our cognition ability and to remain cool. The only answer is mindfulness, meditation and mindfulness. Keep mindfulness means keep your mind every time in what you do. If you're doing something and your mind gets distracted, you are not mindful. Bring back the mind to what you're doing. And meditation is one area that can help you go deeper into mindfulness. So please meditate. Please meditate. Meditation will make you cool. Meditation will make you more brilliant, more creative, your cognition ability will increase. You can cure yourself. There are 100 possibilities with meditation. You'll be happy always, cool and calm. This is a promise, but continue doing it. Thank you.
Yes, sir, he might got the answer. And here is a query again from Lakshman. Thank you, sir, for the answer. Even I felt the same. It was reality. But how to overcome this fear? I do sometimes get feared. For the query of hallucination, sir, this one.
Okay, you should not fear because that object is not going to harm you unless you invite the object to enter you. This is rarely possible once you become a practitioner towards it. Otherwise, it will not embed you. So, it's okay. Don't fear. Don't fear when you get into meditation. Don't fear, but arise out of it. Live with it. And if it is a hallucination that you have, you need to prepare before you open the eyes. Once you are ready, just say that I'm ready to open my eyes and I do not want to see any hallucination. And before you started closing your eyes, you would have seen something. Imagine that thing and open your eyes and you will see that. Okay? So you'll not be in any hallucination that way. That's why at the end, I always say, please bring back your awareness to your body. See, the reason why I'm saying this is that when you suddenly open your eyes, you can be in hallucination. So I'm asking you, please bring back your awareness to your body. Start rubbing your hands. Take few deeper breaths in and out. Open your eyes slowly, halfway, not completely, halfway. Massage your legs. And when you feel ready now that all parts of your body has activated, your mind has reached to your body, then you can open your eyes. You're back in the normal. I hope you got the answer. Thank you.
Yes, sir, he might got the answer. And Nirajana Ghosh says, thank you to the whole team for organizing the 21 days program. Really loved the experience. In future also would like to be part of such workshop.
Thank you, Niranjana. I would really appreciate all those who have attended my course to, tomorrow we'll do a little evaluation. Please evaluate it. And also, it would be wonderful if you write all this, your gratitude notes for the wellness team and send it to the UG dean. You'll be very happy to hear because he permitted, he in fact said it's a wonderful initiative. So your answers will be very well nourish the UG Dean as well as the chairman of the Reiki Center. For me, you have nourished just by attending my course that I was able to take this journey together with you. That is more than enough for me. Thank you. Is there anything more?
Thank you, sir. And Lakshman says, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We had a wonderful session this evening. And I guess there are no further queries, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, the team, Somia and Teresa and Anuva. Maybe he's not here today. And more than the organizers, I'm grateful to the listeners who have come to practice together. Because without you, this would not be a meaningful journey of 21 days. So I really appreciate your efforts of 21 days. Tomorrow will be the 21st day. And I wish you all the very best in your life. All my love, my respect, my gratitudes are with you. Please take care of yourself and become good human beings. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.